welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos today. So the two videos I'm filming today, which will be this week's videos, are more chatty ones, but equally I've been so excited to sit down and film these only because I think they're topics which have been so prominent in my life right now, and I've just gone through the school of the universe once again. So I feel like these topics are really, relevant right now. I've literally just been learning them myself and have been able to come out the other side thinking like, I've got this, I've learnt the lesson, I know what this means. So I think these are both really important topics which have not been requested or anything like that, but I think they're important. So the first topic is that time is all an illusion. So yes, time is an illusion, and this was a concept that really fucked with my head. When people kept saying this, whether it was Abraham Hicks, whether it was my psychics, whether it was anybody, people saying time is all an illusion, I was like, right, but we live by a 24-hour day. We have days, we have weeks, we have years, we have calendars. There is time. Time exists. And it was just a kind of, one of those head fuck moments. So when I started reading A Course in Miracles and A Course in Miracles Made Easy and A Return to Love, which are all books based on the principles of A Course in Miracles, it really helped me to remember. And that's what the key to this spiritual journey is. We're remembering this stuff. We're remembering that time is all an illusion, that this is, we're souls having a human experience, and that human experience involves time. But the universe, on the other hand, is there is no such thing as time. Us humans, our human minds are creating this timeline of when we think we should get our manifestations, of when we think things should happen. So the universe is okay then, if you believe that, we'll give you that. Like attracts like. What you put out, you get back. So if you think that time is a problem, it's a block, it's a, oh, well, just give it time. The sayings of time's a great healer. And do you know what? I will agree with that. Time is a great healer. For me, that is definitely true, and I can definitely relate to that. But equally, I think, is it time, or is it just that we're giving ourselves the space to heal? And sometimes in our human mind, that can involve time. So just being easy on yourself and, taking the time is such a word, I'm just saying time, taking the time to look after yourself and to work on your wounds and to heal yourself. So time is a funny one because time is so prominent, yet with spirituality and law of attraction, we're taught time is all an illusion. So examples of how this has really helped me recently is about 6 months ago, I was an absolute control freak, absolute control freak. I had all my life planned for the next 3-4 years, to the month of work, personal life, everything. I was this is how it's gonna happen, yay! And then the universe was ha, shall we show you, Emma, that is really not true. That's not how we work, and that's definitely how you basically unattract everything you want. So the carpet, or the rug as such, was certainly pulled from underneath my feet, and the universe was ha, now try and control time. Now try and control everything you want to control. And I think for me, time is such a trigger. And I've said this in quite a few of my work because time has always been a trigger for me. I always feel there's not enough time. I always feel that I'm not going to have enough time to complete everything in this lifetime. I'm always I want things now. I'm not patient. Well, I am now, but I never used to be patient. I was the most impatient person in the world. And I was always I really want to do everything really young, and it's just that sense of there wasn't enough time, there just wasn't to do everything, and almost being a slave to time as such. And I was 2 weeks early to my birth, and so there was no way that I am late to anything in my life. I'm always early, I'm early to everything. So for me, people's lateness is such a trigger for me, and I know it sounds stupid, but I think it's just because I'm so punctual, organized, on time, and I'm a Virgo. Mixed together, you've basically got a very impatient control freak. So for me, that was like such a big kind of thing to work on recently, to really like relax, you know, live in the moment. And that is certainly something I was never ever doing. I was living in the past, or I was living in the future. Like I was always like, right, what's next? Instead of appreciating the now and appreciating all the blessings and the miracles in the now and appreciating even the journey, I was like, skip to the end, skip to the end, I want the end, I want the end. Like I was always wanting the end result, thinking, wait, like you've got the end result, you just don't realize, you're not seeing it in that sense. So yeah, the universe decided to pull the rug from underneath my feet with a big twin flame journey, and obviously like that has been so transformational, so healing, and has been the best thing to ever happen to me. But at the time it did not fucking feel like that. I was like, like what do I do? And then time just kept coming up. It was just like time. So what actually ended up happening was I had absolutely no choice but to surrender time. I had absolutely no choice but to live in the present moment, because I was robbing myself of like all this happiness, all these amazing feelings that were here right now in the present. So I really had to like basically rewrite my DNA, like rewrite every like almost trait in myself that was a control freak, that wanted to control time, that wanted everything to happen to a time frame, or to just even get my head around the concept that time is all an illusion. And the way I did this was honestly like reading A Return to Love, reading A Course in Miracles. Like all of these books just spoke to me in volumes, and really just remembering that, like, you know, the beauty of the moment is now. Like we don't have the past, that's gone, we can never touch that again. We don't have the future, it hasn't happened yet. So the only moment that we can truly manifest, feel good in, and do anything in is right now. You know, there is, we rob ourselves of so much. And I know I'm not the only person who is going to be watching this video thinking like, oh my god, I've met someone else who's an absolute freak like me. Like I generally think if Mr. C actually knew half of the stuff that went on in my head, he'd be like, what the fuck, chill woman. And this is what I mean, like I got into this whole sense of worrying. And the thing is the worry of time, like I wasn't worried that the time was going to run out or like things wouldn't happen, because I knew that I had the rest of my life. I'm 24, I have the rest of my life to achieve all these things in my career, to achieve things personally, to have children, whatever. Like, you know, that's not even something I'm like desperate to have right now. That was what was so baffling. I think it was more the fear of losing it all together, like never achieving those things, never like being married, never having children. That was what scared me more. It wasn't the time that scared me. The time was just the exterior kind of blame game, but the real wound, the real like wound that I had to heal was the fear of it not happening. And it took me just to completely come away from like work situation, relationship situation, and just really evaluate like what the fuck I was doing. And I think because I just had this like massive spiritual awakening after doing my Reiki attunement and my Reiki course, that all of this stuff just had to come up. And again, like this was mixed with a twin flame journey. Like we all have awakenings, we all like, we never stop learning, it's continuous. But the last 3 months I've had like twin flame stuff going on. I've had an awakening, and it's all just like evolved into all these wounds being healed, which is fucking fantastic, of course. Like I'm so happy, and like now I'm on the other side of it, I'm like, yes. But oh god, it's intense, it's intense. And if you're a fellow twin flame as well, like you will know what I'm on about. Like this shit isn't easy, especially when you have to like heal all your wounds. But you know, even if you're not a twin flame, like this stuff is still totally relevant, and all of us experience this. So yeah, really like surrendering absolutely everything, like marriage, kids, my career, like surrendering it all and saying if all of that never happened, I would be fine. And again, like A Return to Love was such a fantastic book for me to read during this period, because it just totally focused me in the now. It totally focused me to work on my wounds, to heal my wounds. And, you know, again, Cheryl, my beautiful friend Cheryl's work, twin flame work, has so helped me, because it allows me to understand the process, what the fuck was going on. And again, in twin flame terms, how time is all an illusion and it's all just bollocks and it doesn't even matter. And I think what really freaking helped me to surrender was I actually had a reading with Rachel recently, because I was feeling so confused and I felt like, what the fuck is going on? Like all of this like awakening and lessons and everything. I was like, what is going on? And I just kind of wanted a sense of direction from the universe of like, and again, like I could have easily said to her like, oh, when do you think this is gonna happen? When do you think this is gonna happen? And I didn't. I was like, I don't need to know any of this stuff. I know it's all gonna happen. I don't need to know it. But I just wanted that, not validation from Rachel, but I guess in a sense, yes, it was. But also in a sense of just actually understanding what the fuck was going on. Because my intuition had like rocketed. My psychic abilities had rocketed. And, you know, if you're aware of the twin flame process, you go through something called your healing and purging. If you're aware of the twin flame process, you go through something called healing and purging to work towards ascension. And that is what was happening. I was literally, every wound, every dark bit of my soul, every bit of ego was like coming up to all be healed. So it was a massive reflection period. It was a massive time of almost witnessing all these things that I hadn't witnessed but thought I had, and actually realized I wasn't actually healed at all. So it was really, really powerful. And you know, that's what twins do. They bring out all the trigger, and they trigger you to heal. They trigger you to bring the wounds to the surface so then you can heal that wound. So when I had this reading with Rachel, she basically just confirmed everything I already knew, and I was so shocked. And this is another thing. My intuition, angel cards, and even past psychic experiences, well, I guess you could call that, readings and my own stuff. I've never known time frames. I've never been told time frames. I've never been given any inklings of anything that would happen, because I was a control freak. But all of a sudden, by surrendering time, acknowledging and affirming that time was all an illusion and that everything I wanted was already there, I had my spirit guides giving me time frames of stuff. I had Rachel giving me time frames of stuff. I was like, you're actually telling me a time frame? What? And I said to Rachel, I was like, why is everybody suddenly giving me time frames? Like, that's surely the worst thing that could happen. Like, don't tell me that, because I will hold on to that. And she was like, no, you won't, because you surrendered it. They feel safe enough to tell you now because you have fully surrendered time and you acknowledge that time is an illusion. So they were giving me all this confirmation and all this validation, and I was shocked, absolutely shocked, that I was being told all of this. And she was like, because you're ready to know it, you're ready to hear it, you know that is what's happening, you know that, you know, all of this is true, but you've surrendered time, and that is the biggest power. The biggest powerful thing you can do is to surrender time and realize that there is no like timelines of when things come to you. You choose when things come to you. And that is something Rachel has always like said to me, that she really struggled to give me time frames in the past, because, you know, some people she would read would always have those things marked in their life, where she was like, with me, I could literally bring something 5 years to me tomorrow if I wanted to. So again, like, this is what I truly believe, that time is all an illusion. Like, there's not, you know, fair enough, there will be like set in stone markers of things that may happen, but a lot of things are fluid and flexible in our lives, like what we can manifest, what we bring to us, lessons we learn. So I think it's when you're ready for it. I think it's more of a sense of things come to you when you're ready for it. So the best thing is after that reading with Rachel, I fully surrendered time, and my uncle actually came through, which was a big surprise for me anyway. And he was saying, you know, time's all an illusion. Remember that, you know, this is already yours. And one thing which really stuck with me, like what Rachel said to me, was like, she said, you've already connected to the energy of everything you want and everything you're asking me. And she was like, you know that it already exists. Like, you need to remember that because you've connected to the energy, it already exists. It's already yours. It's already there. Like, nothing can change this. It's already there. literally it's already there. And she was like, your human mind is just struggling to understand the conception, like understand the concept that time is an illusion, and that there's not like a certain time that things come to you. It just happens. It's how your mindset is, it's how ready you are in your soul mission and your soul purpose. So after that reading, I surrendered everything. I was like, fucking fantastic. Like, everything's happening. Everything's exactly how it should be. All is well. Like, yep, I can sit back and relax. And I literally manifested so much within a week. I cannot even tell you. Like, I literally manifested so much stuff in a week. And I was actually in literal shock. Like, literal shock. Because I was like, oh my god, time really is an illusion. Like, I was just so chilled and got into that absolute headspace of it's already mine. Like, I have nothing to worry about, it's already mine. And oh my god, that helped so many situations in my life, so many situations, and things just manifested so quick. So my message to you today about time is to really heal that wound. Like, remember, there is always enough time to do everything. There is no such thing as time. And you know, time is just a thing that was put here to test us. So when you release and surrender to that time and know that no matter what, the universe isn't working to a timeline, it's not working to a time frame saying like on the 22nd of November that's gonna happen to you. It's just saying when you're ready you will receive. So don't think like, and this is what a trap I fell into, like having to ask for time frames, whether it was through spirit, whether it was through a psychic reading, like, you know, I would ask for time frames. And by just absolutely surrendering it and just acknowledging it and being like, it doesn't matter when it happens, it's gonna happen, I found so much peace in the now. And it's almost weird because like my friends and even Mr. C have said like they're like, who is this person? You're so relaxed, you don't even care, you don't need validation, like who are you? And it's simply because I found so much peace and happiness in this moment right now, and being totally grateful for everything I have right now. Nothing else matters. I know that everything I want in life is 100% gonna happen. Like, you know, even without Rachel's approval, like I know that. So what is there to worry about? All I have to worry about is today. And today I'm sat here, I'm filming this video for you. I am working on like different bits of work, and that's all I need to focus on today. Like, the universe has my back, God has the rest. I don't have to think about anything until it happens. So if you're very much like how I was and you're very much living in the future or living in the past, like this is the gold dust stuff you can do. Like, learn to live in the present moment because it will set you free like a motherfucker. And I have never been so happy in my life. And it's weird because I found absolute pure happiness by one, living in the now, but secondly, like things were very chaotic in my life. Things were uncertain, things were like healing. Like I said, like the twin flame stuff was like really like intense, and I was able to be absolutely happy, and I still am now, by just releasing so much and just thinking all I have is right now, and all I want to do right now is be happy, and I'm choosing happiness. So work on your wounds, like witness your wounds and work on them. Like, this is your work. And my next video is going to be all about the work of the divine feminine. So this ties in so nicely to each other. So definitely make sure to check that out. That will be out on Friday. But yes, it's all to do with the work, and it's all to do with acknowledging and almost unremembering these cycles or these conditioning that we've been put under in this life. Because as souls, we know that time is all an illusion. We know all of this stuff, and yeah, it's just remembering it. So reading A Return to Love, and I do highly recommend reading that book. It is fucking phenomenal and will be so good for so many of you to read. So definitely check that out. It has definitely been one of the books which has like changed my whole existence again. And yeah, my main message of like this is to just really, really, really get present. Like, work on being present, work on being grounded, work on being right here, right now. Focus your attention on being right here in this moment. Like, take the most out of every moment. Stop living for tomorrow, stop living for yesterday. Like, live for today. Like, have that carefree childlike stuff again. Like, I'm being reminded to be more childlike at the moment because it's freeing and it's what I need to be doing. So be more childlike, you know, have fun, go out, do what you want to do in this life, and stop living for tomorrow, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And I know that sounds like really weird, but tomorrow isn't guaranteed, but today is. So 100% focus on today. Like, focus on what you can do to make today the best day, and every day live by that motto. What can I do to live today to the max? What can I do? Is that going out? Is that working? Is that working on myself? Is that spending time with people? Like, whatever it is, make sure every day you are living to the max, because it doesn't matter. Time is an illusion. Whatever you're wanting in life is there. It's happening. It's coming to you. You don't even need to worry about it. But we put this almost like pressure on time, or pressure on ourselves. So actually we're not fearing a certain like of when it's gonna happen. We're actually just fearing that it's never gonna happen. So witness that wound, witness it, own it, heal it, and heal from it, and live in the present. Live in the present. So thank you so much guys for watching this video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Like I said, Friday's video will be all about the divine feminine work, so this ties in beautifully to that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. And don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And as always, make sure to join in the conversation on my Facebook group. The link is in the bio down below, where all of us connect and share our law of attraction stories. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video, which will be on Friday. Lots of love guys.